President Trump has agreed to pause the tariffs on Canada and Mexico. That's after they've both pledged to boost, the border.
It's going to be a fentanyl czar in
fentanyl
Canada
czar,
now.
yeah. There you go.
That's what they want.
The wall. Delayed 1 month, we should say. And, I wonder if the pause will be placed on the booing of the national anthem. For instance, what we all have seen, Raptors fans in Toronto booing a 15-year-old girl singing the Star Spangled Banner.
8-year-old Kyra Daniel.
That one cow. That dude's last name must be Tariff, based on that.
There was one guy close to that
very
phone
unhappy about those tariffs.
Very loud.
Yeah, he's
that guy's livelihood is being affected by that tariff, is what I'm hearing.
Something. Yeah, I mean,
there was some deep anger in that boo.
He's pissed off at the tariff there. By the way, great job by the 15-year-old.
Yeah, she was terrific.
So stuck through
Talk about playing through adversity.
Anthem.
She wasn't going to stop.
So now that the
can't stop, won't stop.
There's been a pause on the tariffs. We're going to see the pause on the booing. That's one way to be heard on it. And hey, if you don't want it to happen, you just don't have the national anthem and played in Canada.
Yeah, or just kick Toronto out of the league. I mean, hey, you want to boo the national anthem?
Well, can you do that? I don't know if you could do that in NHL.
We'll let the Canadian teams play each other and then be, oh, wait, there's only one? Okay, we'll eliminate you and then we'll bring in an American team if it continues. That's another possible solution for booing the national anthem.
Ottawa's certainly doing that.
Here's the easy one. Just don't play it until Canada bends the knee, which I think is going on right now, and these tariffs will likely go away as soon as they do everything that President Trump wants them to do. And then you can get back to just being quiet during the national anthem. I will say, "Oh, Canada" is a beautiful song.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want that to go away from American arenas. I like going to Preds games when they play a Canadian opponent and hearing "Oh, Canada." Beautiful national anthem. But I'm not above not playing "Oh, Canada" also, as long as these boos will continue.
Yes, and so later, let's see, we've got Ottawa and Nashville. They were the only two teams in action for the NHL. Of course, that was in Nashville. So, moving forward, we wouldn't have seen any instances of this since you've got the pause on the tariff here. But will it continue?
Well, and the Ottawa fans in
Probably.
Nashville were booing.
No. I'm saying like they're because it was in Nashville. Nothing. That was the only game. There were no games played in Canada where you had the Star Spangled Banner played prior to "Oh, Canada," which, by the way, it's played at every NHL arena, both anthems prior to the game. But yeah, I mean, there you go. Another country, their citizens not happy with the tariffs that were being imposed on imports.
Well, the bad thing is
it made a difference.
Yeah, I mean, the big negative downside, if you want to say, of this continuing would be try that in America. If Canadian fans make a road trip and come to the United States and start booing the national anthem, there could be fights.
No doubt.
That break out. That's going to be the problem.
Yeah, but I don't know if we'll see that. I think this is just, this is them letting their voices be heard. Or in this case, this cow, getting after it.
It should end with the threats of tariffs ending.
Yes. Will Shohei Ohtani's interpreter ever just get out of the headlines? So the feds say that, he's lying. He's not addicted to gambling. He's just a crook. He's just a criminal. Of course, he's saying that Ipe Mazuhara is saying that, if you're supposed to feel bad for me because I have such a gambling addiction. And they're like, no, you really don't. There's been nothing to point to on that other than you just being a jackass and a criminal that's going to jail, going to prison. $16 million is what he apparently took from Shohei Ohtani. And then, of course, he's on the phone pretending to be Shohei Ohtani. Which at that point I was just like, yeah, Shohei didn't know anything about this.
Well, there's no excuse. Like, is he claiming his gambling addiction? I mean, I don't know.
That's what he's saying.
If you're breaking huge laws and robbing someone,
he's trying to view. He's saying that he deserves sympathy, and that good for those that are involved in this. Busting up this gambling ring. That no, he's not. He's saying that he tried to claim that a gambling addiction and then poor working conditions led him to stealing millions from his employer. Yeah, he can GTFO with that. In hopes of receiving a lighter sentence, Mizuhara said he suffered from a long-standing addiction to gambling. But prosecutors say there's no evidence of an addiction other than self-serving. You don't say. He signed up for a FanDuel account in 2018, never used it, then started betting with DraftKings in 2023 after he had already stolen millions of dollars from Mr. Ohtani. That's according to prosecutors. And now you've got the deal with the umpire who's got like shared account with someone. They're going to bust you. You know, if you even in the past, if you've done something like that.
Well, he's a criminal. I don't, you can make any excuse you want for it, but the guy was stealing lots and lots of money from someone that was supposed to be trustworthy.
Right.
He was supposed to be someone helping him out that was paid by this person. So it's an egregious crime that, I mean, I'm not saying, throw the guy in prison for life, but it needs to be met with a strict punishment and something that's going to be big.
Jesse Rogers put this out from ESPN, breaking per Major League Baseball. Umpire Pat Hoiberg, Pat Hoberg, not Hoy, Hoberg.
Hoiberg is coaching Nebraska right now.
Yeah, he's been fired for sharing betting accounts with a friend who bet on baseball who bet on baseball. Let me read this again. Pat Hoberg has been fired for sharing betting accounts with a friend who bet on baseball, though there is no evidence Hoberg himself bet on games or manipulated any that he worked. He also deleted messages central to MLB's investigation. Well, that in and of itself would lead me to
he did
theorize that, yes, he did. Yeah. And look, this isn't like shocking information.
Yeah.
We've long said that, you've got what happened in the NBA is happen everywhere.
Well, the next step is someone's going to find out, whether it's a media outlet or the authorities, what he bet on or what this account bet on. And then the sleuths on the internet are going to go back and figure out what happened in those games, what he bet on, and did it determine an outcome in some way?
Yeah, and
that favored him.
And they're going to find.
That's what we're going to find out next.
They're going to find the pattern. They'll find the pattern, and also, what are they going to get for this guy that's clearly helping out the investigation? I guess Hoberg's friend. Who's
the guy who turned state's witness.
I guess. Chad, we need 30 more seconds in this segment.
Well,
and we're headed to New Orleans.
We are,
and we hope you'll join us down in New Orleans. Super Bowl 59 coverage